students, I'm making some dal. Dal rice is a soul food for most of us. Dal is nutritionally rich and contains proteins. Not only dal, but all the pulses have good amount of protein for our diet. You might have heard that we require equal grams of protein every day to our body weight. Like if I weigh 75 kgs, then I require 75 grams of protein every day. But why do we require protein? Proteins are required for growth and formulation of various molecules. Proteins are made from amino acids, which consist of ammonia, that is NH3, and for the preparation of ammonia, nitrogen is required. Not only for the production of amino acids, but also for the production of most important molecule in our body, we require nitrogen, that is DNA and RNA, deoxyribonucleic acid and ribonucleic acid. As we need nitrogen for production of various components, we need to have a source, and that source is dals and legumes. Nitrogen is abundantly present in the atmosphere. It consists of 78% of the total atmosphere. In industries, nitrogen is converted into nitrates, which are used as fertilizers. But how leguminous plants get nitrogen? What is nitrogen fixation? Let's understand this by our very own bacteria, Rhizobium.
Hi students, I am Rhizobium. I am a gram-negative soil bacteria found in the soil. Do you know there is around 10 to the power 15 tons of nitrogen present in the atmosphere, which is around 78% of the total gases. Even after having such a high amount of nitrogen, no animals or plants can utilize it due to its inert nature. When lightning strikes during the rainy season, the nitrogen is converted into ammonia, which can be utilized by plants, but this process does not occur frequently. Plants require nitrogen for the production of amino acids, which are the main constituents in proteins. You might have heard the nutritionist saying that you need to have protein in your diet, and one of the major sources of protein is pulses or dals. These pulses plants are called legume plants. Grain legumes are cultivated for their seeds, which are used for humans and animal consumption and the production of oils for industrial uses. Grain legumes include beans, lentils, lupins, peas, and peanuts. How do they get the nitrogen from the atmosphere for the production of proteins? It is because we help them in getting the nitrogen. When the plant roots are in the soil, there are numbers of fine root hairs present on the root. As we are present in the soil, but we cannot fix nitrogen in a free environment. When we digest the cell wall of the root hair and enter the root hair, however, this entry is achieved by the dissolving of the cell membrane of the root hair, and this causes the formation of an infection thread, which pulls the root hair inside, causing the curling of the root hair. Cells of nodule primordia are the first place where we reach. The nodule primordia divide to produce an outgrowth called root nodules. The bacteria which are present inside the root nodule cells undergo structural and physiological transformations. They are now called bacterioids. The irregularly shaped, non-flagellated and non-dividing forms of rhizobium are called bacterioids. They produce an enzyme called nitrogenase, which is responsible for the conversion of nitrogen into ammonia, nitrates and nitrites. In this way, we fix the nitrogen from the soil in the plant roots by forming a root nodule. We convert the nitrogen to the absorbing form of ammonia, nitrites and nitrates. This process of converting nitrogen into ammonia, nitrates and nitrites is called nitrogen fixation.
Thank you, Mr. Rhizobium, for explaining nitrogen fixation to us. Once the nitrogen is fixed, the plants can utilize it for the production of proteins. And these produced proteins of the plants are consumed by the herbivore, and the herbivore is consumed by the carnivore. When the plant, herbivores or carnivores dies, the proteins from the body are decomposed by the bacteria. The body proteins are broken down into ammonia, which is then released into the soil. This process of formation of ammonia is called ammonification. In the soil, there are various types of bacteria. One is the nitrifying bacteria, which converts the NH3 ammonia to nitrite and then to nitrate, that is NH3 into NO2 into NO3. And the example of nitrifying bacteria is Nitrosomonas. The process in which ammonia is converted into nitrate is called nitrification, and another is the denitrifying bacteria, which converts the nitrates from the soil into nitrogen. NO3 converting into N2. This process of conversion of nitrogenous compound to gaseous nitrogen is called denitrification. An example of such denitrification bacteria is Thiobacillus denitrificans. This circulation and recycling of nitrogen gas into the form of different compounds through various biotic and abiotic processes in nature is called the nitrogen cycle. All the organisms are involved in this process as it is an important component of proteins and nucleic acid. So now we have understood how the energy flows in our ecosystem and how various biotic and abiotic factors interact for this flow of energy. Nature always helps us in understanding various aspects of life. Let us make our contribution to Mother Nature in small ways, like planting some trees, using less plastic and saving more energy. As a healthy ecosystem will give us a healthy life, and going to Mars is still not an option yet. So let's make our Earth a better place to live. Think about it.
Want to experience a completely new world of learning and have fun with amazing concepts and visualizations? Download the Stulyfe app now and get it all at your fingertips.